Thank you very much for your time. I'm in the middle of a season, and I'm saying this truthfully. I think this is the best adaptation of Bret Easton Ellis novels ever.
Ever.
Wow.
Wow.
Ever.
Thank
And
you,
I'm a big
Oscar.
fan of Less Than Zero, but this is great. Do you think that being a TV series and episodes helps to develop more the story than being just 2 hour and a half movies? This is the question to both of you.
I think so.
Very much so.
It lends to a book a lot more, I think, than films sometimes, because you can take your time and really get to know each character, especially in an ensemble like this. I feel like there's so much to explore. It would be hard to cram it all into one movie.
And also the opportunity for the story to evolve and unfold. One of the things I thought was so thrilling and fascinating was, as we were filming the first couple of episodes, the writers were still exploring where these characters would go, and so they could take on what we were all bringing to it and finding within it. And so the story gets to find its path in a way that it wouldn't be able to if everything was sort of set in this, here's the script, now film it.
Evan, why the endurance of Bret Easton Ellis novels? I'm of course of his generation, no. But if you read a novel right now, you can relate to it. Still, I don't know what happened with his prose. I don't know if you agree with me.
I think so. I think his work, like for better or for worse, is timeless in that way. The themes that it explores, even though the Shards takes place in 1981, I still draw a lot of parallels to the time we're living in now. And the things that we value and what it's like being a young person in high school, even if it's, high society in Beverly Hills, you're still looking for belonging and looking for who you are and feeling kind of empty and what is my purpose and what does it all mean? And you're contemplating so much at that age. And then, Bret is so great at looking at all these themes of like sin and excess and also like the emptiness and the dysfunction that lives underneath it. And sometimes the quite diabolical things that exist within these sort of like perfect facades, and I think that's why people come back to his work so much. He's able to explore such dark themes, but with this sort of like witty sense of humor and this like fantasy world that you kind of fall into.
Jordan, what happened in the 80s that we still revisit the decade again and again and again? What happened in that time period specifically?
Well, I think, as Evan is saying, it was really a time where the gloss and the glamour and the clothes and the hair and the music and the fashion and the energy and the money was so present and technicolor, and yet also a time where the excess and the darkness and the war and disease and real horribleness was the kind of river underneath all that. And so I think both the sort of fantasy and the reality is so stark that we can't help but continue to unpack it and relive it and revisit it in all the ways.
This might sound strange, but I read the novel, The Shards, a couple of years ago. And even that it's wrapped as a mystery murder, no, serial killer story, I felt so nostalgic at the end that I almost cried. You know what I mean? It's that I think that makes Bret Easton Ellis unique in literature. You know what I mean? It's his style. You know what I mean? The tone of it. I don't know if you agree with me.
Definitely. And I think, part of what's so thrilling about this project, it is two of our most iconic voices in culture right now, Bret Easton Ellis and Ryan Murphy. And Ryan is bringing his unique aesthetic and his unique storytelling and his unique ability to work on both the glamour level and the darkness level to unpack and explore the spirit of Bret Easton Ellis's work that is also looking at the glamour and the darkness.
Exactly. The aesthetic, it's late 70s, early 80s, you know what I mean? The feel of the TV show. It's great, really. Thank you very much for your time. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Heraldo Podcast, un lugar para tus oídos.